I have probably 1.3 to 1.4x my muscle growth using this method because Hey guys, the Fitness Doc here. A quick video on how to build muscle mass if you're a beginner. I have a lot of guys that I coach who are very new to the gym, and that's totally fine. This video is for you about how to actually build muscle if you're struggling. Now, the main thing to understand is mTOR. Like, what the fuck did I just say? So mTOR is a large regulatory complex in our body that controls a lot of things. It's been linked to certain types of cancers. It's how our cells regenerate. It's how our cells divide and how our body senses nutrients, reactive oxygen species, how our body reacts to inflammation. But a part of mTOR is actually muscle growth and muscle protein synthesis. So if you're struggling to put on mass in the gym, there are 4 things that turn on mTOR in terms of muscle protein synthesis and how we build muscle. These 4 things are mechanical tension, amino acid availability in the blood, so your body has the ability to sense what amino acids are available in your bloodstream, growth factors, both anabolic and non-anabolic, and insulin. So mechanical tension, in the gym, you need to be mechanically stressing your muscle tissue. So mechanically stressing your muscle tissue through stretching it, especially in the elongated portion or eccentric portion of lifting, your body senses this stress and reacts in a way so as to increase muscle growth and increase repair and DNA, like physical DNA repair, and go through a whole process of gene expression to physically repair your muscles and build new muscle cells and grow your muscle that way. So mechanical tension is absolutely key. Mechanical tension turns on mTOR, and mTOR is the process by which you actually get the growth of new muscle tissue through muscle protein synthesis, and is a critical part of growing new muscle. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is you need to get into the gym and be stretching and stressing the muscles you want to grow heavily in an eccentric part of the lift itself. And this makes perfect sense. You're not going to grow if you don't train. The second thing that can activate mTOR and muscle protein synthesis is leucine, more generally the amino acid availability in your blood. But studies have shown that leucine, one particular amino acid at 3 to 5 grams every few hours, maximally stimulates muscle protein synthesis. And leucine seems to be the amino acid that mTOR can sense very strongly and is a very, very strong and potent activator of mTOR. So ensuring that you have about 3 to 5 grams of leucine per meal is going to really enhance your muscle protein synthesis. I have experimented with just taking leucine on its own, and I have seen equal strength and growth in the gym as when I took whole proteins. Now, it's not very nice because it doesn't taste great, and I would prefer now just to have whole proteins and actually enjoy my food. But having leucine just as powder, in powdered form, can increase your muscle protein synthesis just as much. I find that really interesting. mTOR is activated by what is floating around in the blood in terms of amino acids, and if it senses leucine, it can switch on and go and run through the whole pathway in order to increase muscle protein synthesis. Growth factors also turn on mTOR, so IGF-1, growth hormone, and testosterone, as well as other androgens in our body like DHT, they all strongly turn on mTOR, and it makes sense because when you take gear, you get bigger, stronger, and your muscles grow faster. That is a direct result of mTOR being turned on in our body sensing these anabolic growth factors, turning on mTOR, increasing the transcription of new muscle cells, and therefore you get hypertrophy of your muscles and new muscle growth. So ensuring adequate testosterone levels, especially if you're a young, natural, healthy lifter, through things like nutrition, sleep, recovery, making sure that your body is not overly stressed, and then also my natural testosterone boosters that I recommend. In this video, I spoke about all the natural ways you can boost testosterone, but ensuring healthy testosterone levels is going to significantly increase muscle growth and ensure that when you train, you're turning on mTOR and getting the best bang for your buck in terms of hypertrophy. no one wants to be going into the gym and not turning on mTOR and just going backwards in terms of gains or not having any muscle growth. So making sure that you can use the science to keep mTOR turned on is going to be huge in terms of your muscle growth and how much return you get for your investment in heavy training. And the last thing, which is very interesting, that can turn on mTOR and stimulate mTOR is insulin. So what I do when I train is I try and hit both vectors of the leucine and the amino acids, but I also will have a post-workout about 30 to 40 grams of fast-acting carbohydrates or some form of fast-acting glucose, because I know that if you can stimulate mTOR with both the protein aspect or vector and the insulin vector, because our body will release insulin when we have carbohydrates, especially fast-acting, will be even quicker. So my body will release insulin and therefore turn on mTOR and stimulate mTOR to an even greater degree. So I have protein and a fast-acting carbohydrate source after I train about 30 minutes after, and I have found my muscle growth has significantly increased. I have probably 1.3 to 1.4x my muscle growth using this method because I'm getting both vectors of mTOR turned on now, and I find that has been huge for my training. And the other thing, it tastes fucking good, so that helps as well. But yeah, that was just a quick breakdown of the 4 ways that you can turn on mTOR as a new lifter, and I really love that you can use the science of how our body actually creates new muscle cells and actually lays down new fibers to practically and realistically increase your muscle growth. Especially for young new lifters in the gym who want to put on size and get bigger, using some of these principles can significantly help you, and I really hope that I can help you guys through these videos try and get bigger and stronger, because for so many years I used to be super skinny. I used to be like, I actually, at 17, I was 58 kilos, which is I was 127 pounds at about 17, 18 years old. And it took me years to put on size. I'm now 100 kilos or 220 pounds and feeling much better about my confidence and life. So if I can help you guys not go through the mistakes I did and get there quicker using the science of muscle growth, that is all I want to do for you guys. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.